going on, everybody? It's your boy Redbeard here, and today I'm bringing you a realistic War Thunder Italian Tier 2 MC202 Fog Lore, however you pronounce it. I don't know. Sexy, amazing, essentially Italian BF-109 gameplay. And today is Sunday, August 24th. I'm excited. I had a great weekend, and today I was just out playing some realistic battles. And while I was playing, this is going to be heavily edited, so don't worry, you're not going to see me, flying for 20 minutes off into the distance. I had some thoughts, and I decided, you know what, let's make a great video. And here, at the end of this video, it kind of goes to show, I don't know, what I was trying to make a point at. And so, starting off, this is the Italian Tier 2, though it has a Tier 1.7 battle rating. I'm not really sure why it does. Essentially, BF-109 is an Italian fighter. It was used during the in Africa, Sicily, by the Italian Air Force. It's not a very well. Italian Air Force isn't really well known as far as historical purposes in World War II. Mainly because they got overshadowed with the German forces, and they were used kind of like a backup role, kind of like a guard reserve type idea, from what I can get from the reading that I have been researching on the Italian Air Force for this video. But MC202, Italian fighter. It was developed or introduced into service in 1941. It has a 960 horsepower inline V12 engine, and it's very well translated into the game. Guys did a very good job of, I believe its cruising speed is 670 kilometers an hour, turn time 20.7 seconds, climb rate 20.9 meters per second, I believe. I think 21 meters per second. So, as you can see, realistic battles, I actually have a very good climb rate, already at 2,000 meters, and keep going, keeping a good speed. And so, as I transition, I'm going to go after the AI bowfighter because I couldn't find anybody, and I was just getting a little bit bored. Armament on the MC202 is two 50 caliber machine guns, which are mounted in the nose, and two 7.7 machine guns that are mounted on the wings. Convergence I have set at 500 meters. So, I use tracers in the 50 cals and stealth rounds in the 7.7s, mainly because I still need to see where my rounds are going, but I really just want to see where the 50 cal rounds are going, because those are the ones that actually do damage in this aircraft. It's not a very heavy hitter. It's a lot of rounds. It's got 850 cal, or 550 cal, and I think 807.7, or somewhere around there. Less than a grand total, I think, of 1,500 rounds total. So, I mean, you can get a couple good bursts in, but you'll run out of ammo pretty quickly. So, handles exactly like a BF-109. It's got a pretty decent flight model. It doesn't feel perfect. I've always complained that BF-109 flight models need to be tweaked in realistic battles. They really do. The BF-109 and the Italian MC202 were good high-level interceptors. They were not good at low level, and in the flight model, it just seems like it's the exact opposite. They're good at low level, or decent at low level, and terrible at high level. But hey, so getting into what I want to go here as I go after this bow fighter. I was playing, and this thought just occurred to me. There hasn't been a major patch for the Air Forces in a long time. I think it was patch 1.41 was the last major patch where there were huge changes and huge fixes to a lot of things in the Air Forces. After that, it feels like Gaijin has really just gone full bore on the integration of ground forces and the implementation of ground forces, as well as patching a lot of the physics in ground forces. I do like the ground forces realistic, where you can actually get an aircraft. I have been having fun with that. I will, once I can finally get a good gameplay, try and show that to you guys, because it is fun. I do enjoy it very much. So, as you can see here, I'm running. Look at the top left corner, I run out of ammo. It's pretty funny. Here's I always have a reaction to when I run out of ammo, and I'll bring it to you here. Now I'll stop talking about what I'm actually trying to get across, the point I'm trying to convey. So here I'm going to go on a one attack, into just one more little gameplay here. I never realized when I actually run out of ammo, and so I set up for another attack here, and yeah, I'm out of ammo.
No, God! No! God, please, no! 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 No!
Every time, that's what I think of. I'm just like, oh man, that is, it's so sad. I don't want to go land. So back into the patch notes and what I feel about Gaijin. I feel right now like Gaijin has just given up on doing anything major for the air forces for the time being. I know they're working on the ground forces. I'm sure they're implementing some naval forces type things in there as well. But I feel like us War Thunder fans and players that got in the game for the love of flying are now just kind of being left on the back burner. I know that the full reel players are having huge issues in full reel battles with the bombers. The Mighty Jingles and one of his Jingles very clearly went over that, so I'm not going to go over that. If you want to know, I will point you in the direction of the Mighty Jingles, what the issues they're having with the bombers in full reel battles. But in realistic battles, the biggest issue we always seem to have is flight model characteristics. Now, like I said, the MC202 seems like it has a pretty decent flight model, though I will always say that the 109s need to have a new balancing. But I feel like with this huge focus on Gaijin to stay with the ground forces and implement air forces and ground forces together, I don't remember seeing any patch notes where there were huge fixes or huge addresses to flight model issues. I mean, there have been issues with every aircraft, but it seems to me that the major aircraft that still always seem to have issues with flight models are the Air Cobras, including the P-400. In realistic battles, I know they've been patched again, but they still don't seem like they're completely balanced for what history would say they are. The BF-109s, obviously, I think they need to be patched, at least the later F models. They still seem so sluggish when they shouldn't be. Other than that, not too many that just pop right off the head that have glaring needs. The Heinkel 112s, it has the worst flight model that has never been patched ever. I have a previous video, I'll link that in the description, that the Heinkel 112 has a 16-second turn time, and it gets outturned by American P-39s, or not P-39, sorry, P-38 Warhawks or Kitty Hawk. Man, my mind for history-wise is just horrible today. I apologize for that. Yeah, but this MC202, and it'll be coming up, it just needs to be implemented in a new flight model way. I don't know. Oh, that kind of left. Wow, I didn't even really have a point with that. So, what I'm trying to get at is, as War Thunder Air Forces, do you guys feel that Gaijin is kind of leaving us in the dark and more taking, like, not looking after us the way they should? And to me, that's the way it feels. I think that, you know, you should always make sure that your players and your bread and butter, what your entire fan base was first drawn to, you should always make sure that that is 100% correct, or as best as you can make it. And I feel like Gaijin is kind of just like, and yeah, no, we're just gonna keep pressing forward, and then those people that have the complaints, well, hopefully they just get impressed by the new biggest best thing. Hopefully ground forces, you know, once we get that all up and running, it'll just mask and cover the problems that are still arising in the flight models and the physics of realistic and full real battles. And that is just not okay in my eyes. It just really isn't. And I've always said that there is a bias towards Russian aircraft, and personally I feel like there is. I know Gaijin has done a decent job in the last couple patches of fixing Russian aircraft, but they always seem to give a very strict flight model to the Germans and the Americans, and then that's just doesn't, it feels a little bit like they nerf the aircraft too much, and then they give a just complete disregard for balancing flight model to the Russian aircraft. And maybe that's just me, but that's the way I feel personally. And it'll be coming up in the gameplay where there's, I'll let you know when it comes up. There really is no one question I'm asking with this. Do you guys feel like that Gaijin has come to a point now where they can actually just let the Air Forces be for a while and implement new things? Or do you still feel like I feel, where there's still a lot of issues, a lot of aircrafts need to be still fixed with a 100% real flight model, And more importantly, Gaijin needs to remember that the Air Force players are still alive and well, and some of us don't actually like the ground forces as much as we like the Air Forces. And so, instead of just coming out with all these like bundles to, personally, I want to bring in World of Tanks with this, but I like to buy aircraft or new aircraft that aren't just unlockable because I have some spare money and I like to actually dabble in aircraft that I don't see very often. And World of Tanks does a great job of this. They always implement news, and they're taking money. But hey, I kind of wish that Gaijin would remember the Air Forces, maybe come out with some prototype aircraft and maybe some developmental aircraft, something new. I feel like Gaijin needs to go back to the Air Forces and just be like, hey, here's some new aircraft. Here's a new aircraft for every nation. Here's something for you guys because we haven't forgot about you. Going after, instead of just going after the new crowd that really likes the ground forces. Hey, maybe I'm wrong. And here's where I was just going, and this is more of a rant. I'm sorry, guys, but that is a Weirway, British Tier 1. I think it's got a battle rating of 1.5, 1.7. It is essentially like a TBF. It is a torpedo bomber. And just watch, in realistic battles, it's a premium dive bomber, by the way. Just watch as it completely outclimbs, outturns, outmaneuvers, and can just catch me in climbs, dives, turns. I don't, what? Are you kidding me? This MC202 is 200 kilometers faster than the Weirway. It has a 17-second faster turn time and a 15 meter per second faster climb rate. And I am somehow getting caught by... And then, yeah, a Weirway doesn't catch me. No, AA can somehow shoot me. What? I'm literally 5 meters off the ground and I get shot and killed by AA. I don't know, guys. I don't know. It's bugging me. These issues. This game is almost 3 years old. There shouldn't be these issues with it. I mean, look at this. 23.5 second turn time, 29.7 meter per second climb rate, 29.7. Are you kidding me? And let's go find the Weirway. Here it is, right there. 1.3 battle rating. Max speed, 320 kilometers per hour. Turn time, 37.9 meters per second. 3.1 meter per second climb rate. And it's a premium aircraft. Enough said. I don't know. I'm upset. That's why I don't play it. Bring you guys a lot of War Thunder. These issues need to be addressed, and they're still not. I don't understand. 600 horsepower engine on the Weirway. MC202 has a 980 horsepower engine. Just saying. Alright, guys. Sorry for the rant. That's why I don't bring a lot of War Thunder. Sorry. Hope you enjoy at least the gameplay. Until next time, I will see you in the skies.